Hello, this is our writing assignment for Monday. So you're going to go into Seesaw, which I have given your Seesaw, and you're going to sign in as a student. Now, don't sign in with your email, or you could, because I did link it to your Google email, but I will also give you a code that your parents have and that you have, and you have your own specific code. And you're going to click this Go button. Once you get into Seesaw, Once you get into Seesaw, you will have your journal. Now, nothing's on the journal yet because the activities will be assigned later. So these are your activities that I have assigned. So you might have to click to activities. And for Monday, you're going to click on this assignment. If you need to listen to the directions, you may listen to them. But you're going to click on this story and you're going to read the story with me. And so this story is a mentor text for our adventure story that we'll be writing this week. On Tuesday, your writing assignment will again be in Seesaw, and you're going to start plotting your story. So I use the story from Monday as an example, and you're going to plot on the second slide. On Wednesday, you are going to go into Google Classroom and you're going to see in the stream that it will have an assignment for writing draft for Wednesday. And you're going to click on your writing draft and you're going to start typing your story. Make sure that you put your name, date, and number. And then where it says start here, you're going to select that, hit the back button, and then just start typing. Now, this isn't an example of me typing my story. Um, and so you can fast forward through this if you'd like, but I chose to do a split screen, which essentially I just have two windows up on my screen. So I have my plot diagram in one of my screens, and then I have my Google Doc in the other. So I am just typing along with my story, and my plot diagram is really helping me out. Notice that I don't get tripped up by any misspelling of the words. I'm going to be doing my editing and revising later. This is just a fast and furious draft, and I can go back and edit and revise tomorrow. So if you would like to skip forward to Wednesday, you may. I believe the time that you will skip forward to is 6 minutes and 23 seconds. So now I'm coming to the end of my story. You see how I went from the exposition to the indelible moment up into the rising action, then the climax, and the falling action, and now I'm doing the resolution. And my theme is that all friends come in all shapes and sizes. So I'm finishing it up here, and I did choose some pictures to look at to help me get some inspiration, but if that's going to distract you, don't do it. I also decided to search up what the fairy name might be, just because didn't have any background knowledge in what the fairy name might be. So those are some options that you may decide to do, but don't get hung up on those things because they might take up your whole writing time, and we wouldn't want that. On Thursday, you're going to start editing your draft, but first you're going to go into Seesaw. And you'll see Monday and Tuesday, but on Thursday, there's this editing and revising video. And it's a play pause it, meaning that it's a video that will play and then pause and ask you a question. So you're going to click on that link and you're going to hit play. And you're going to watch this video. And you won't be able to do this, but I'm able to do this because I'm a teacher. I'm going to fast forward to one of the questions. So, one of the questions asks, what is the difference between revising and editing? And you're going to come down here to this little text, and you can either type me or you can speak with that microphone tool. This is a click all example. So, you're going to click all that applies, and then you're going to hit submit. And those are the only two things in that seesaw. Now, after I do that seesaw, I'm going to go back into my draft from yesterday and I'm going to start editing. Now, notice that some of the words I do right click on and they pop up, but some of the words I'm not so sure. So I'm going to use the dictionary through Google. And, like, for instance, Russell, I was having a really hard time finding the exact word that I wanted for Russell. And I realized I've been pronouncing it wrong. It's Rustled, Rustle, I believe. So when I, sometimes the word that Google Docs pops up for you is not the correct word or it doesn't make sense. So making sure that you are finding the correct word that goes with that spelling. Now, you'll also notice that eventually I'll get to the point where I'm adding and subtracting some words as I go through it. I'm using a thesaurus to get some similes of words to use a better and wider range of vocabulary. You'll also notice that I will take away some sentences, I'll move some sentences around. I will add some information. So, just so you know that your draft from Wednesday or from yesterday is not perfect. And so, making sure that you are willing to go back and edit it. And I suggest reading over this a few times. And then also having a parent or an older sibling read through it as well so that they can kind of tell you if there's any misconceptions or if there are any hiccups in your story. I would do that all the time with my older sister. So now, if you don't want to continue watching my editing process, you can skip forward to um, minute number 11:41, so 11 minutes 41 seconds, to see what Friday has for you. Now, when you're done with editing your story, you're not going to turn in your document yet. You're going to wait till after doing your publishing on Friday. So, Friday, we're going to publish our work through Flipgrid. So, I have posted the link through the Flipgrid in the Friday assignment, and I've also put the class code or the flip code for that Flipgrid. I also have put it in our daily slides under Friday in writing. So when you get into that Flipgrid, what you're going to do is you're going to, and you might also have to use the Schnell code and look for the topic underneath those three topics, and you'll see a different topic. And you're going to go to that big addition sign to add your video. So this is what it will look like, and you're going to go down and you're going to add your video. Now, when I added mine, I split my screen. So I had Seesaw on one side and I had my story up on the other so I could read my story while I was chatting. Have fun writing, fourth grade.